Hello, guys. Welcome to another episode of the podcast My English Journey with Danny. I'm Danny, and today I am going to tell you the story about my first time speaking in English with Indian people. Oh my god, I still remember that I was very nervous that day. I didn't sleep the night before because I had a lot of questions in my mind. I was like, oh my God, what if I cannot speak with them? What if I cannot interact with them? What if I can understand what they are saying? But well, let me start from the beginning. At that time, I was doing my social service in a company and I was doing it online. So I remember that the director of the company one day told me like, "Hey Danny, would you like to participate in a meeting with Indian people because I have to talk to them about some things related to the company?" And I was like, "Oh my god, wow." Of course I would like to participate in that meeting. And of course, my boss already knew that I was still learning English, that I was practicing. And he was like, okay, we are going to talk about this with them. So please study all the vocabulary that you can, because that way you are going to feel more comfortable and it is going to be easier for you to understand everything, or at least you will have an idea about what they are talking about. And I was like, okay, okay, yeah, sure. Thank you for this opportunity. Of course, I said that to him. And I remember that I had 1 week to prepare myself for 5 days. Oh my God, I don't remember very well about the days, but I felt that those days were enough to study and learn all the vocabulary, the words that I could. So, yeah, that's what I did. And then the day of the meeting, I was 10 minutes earlier. That meeting was by Zoom. And I connected to the meeting 10 minutes earlier, and then I saw them. I saw the people. They were already there. And I was like, my heart started pounding. So I closed the meeting and I was like, no, 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 I have to wait for the director. And then I waited for him, but he had some other things to do, so he was like 5 minutes late. And then I remember that when I connected to the meeting again, I said hi, and they were like, "Oh, hi, Daniela." And I said to them, "Oh, the director is going to be here soon. Let's wait for him a few minutes, please." And they were like, "Okay, okay, don't worry." But the minutes were passing by, and then the director was still doing some things. And I was like, oh, please don't let me here alone. I don't know what to say or what to do. And then in the meeting, there were three men and a woman. So I was like, oh, at least there is another woman here. So I felt a little of relief. But then suddenly, one of the guys was like, "Hey Daniela, can you start explaining us, please, what this is about?" And I was like, "Oh my god!" In my mind, I was like, "What do I do? What do I do?" But then suddenly the director connected to the meeting, and I was like, "Oh my god! Thank you so much for being here." And then they started speaking, and in the middle of the meeting, one of the guys asked me like, "Do you want to add something else, Daniela?" And I was about to answer to him when suddenly one of the other guys interrupted him and interrupted me. And I didn't understand what they were saying because they started speaking in their native language. So I was like, okay, maybe I don't have to say anything." And yes, I didn't say anything. And at the end of the meeting, I just said thank you and bye. And I remember that after that, the director and I joined a new meeting, and he was like, "How do you feel, Danny? Did you understand everything that they were saying?" And I was like, "Oh my God, I understood a lot of words and I understood almost everything, but I am not gonna lie, that was very difficult. It was very difficult for me to understand them because they were speaking very fast and very sticky, and I had to put a lot of attention to understand everything that they were saying. But that was a very good experience. I enjoyed it a lot because that was like my first challenge speaking in English with someone else. And even though I just said a few words, I felt very proud of me because I could have rejected the opportunity that the director of the company where I was doing my social service was giving me. I could have said, "No, thank you, because I don't feel ready to this." But no, instead of that, I said, of course, I want to do this. I want to speak with them. I want to have this experience. I want to lose that fear. And that helped helped me a lot psychologically because I was like, "Oh my God, I can do this. Now I know that I can do this. I can interact with other people in English." So, yeah, let me know what do you think about my experience. Let me know if you have had some experiences speaking in English. Thank you for listening. See you in another episode. Bye.